Welcome to Farragut, Tennessee. In this video, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of Farragut, talk to you about everything you need to know about living in Farragut, Tennessee, and help you get an idea for whether or not this could be a good fit for you and your family. So Farragut has one of the top rated school districts in the entire state, got some of the best shopping. It has access to Fort Loudon Lake, just a few minutes away, got a ton of really good restaurants. So there's a lot of great things about Farragut. A lot of reasons why it is one of the most desirable areas to be in East Tennessee. So I'm going to show you all around, talk to you about all that. Let's get after it. So starting out here, we're in Turkey Creek, which is the large shopping area that is in Farragut, and it's about 2 mile long shopping center. So this is just a small section of it out here behind me, but it has everything from the big department stores like the Belk out here behind me to some mom and pop stores, boutique, local shops. It's got a ton of really good restaurants. So you have a Mexican cantina right out here behind me. You've got, can't see it across the street, but there's a local brewery right across the street there. So there's a lot of local restaurants. There's a lot of chain restaurants, of course, the fast food restaurants like Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, everything like that. But this Turkey Creek has everything you could possibly need as far as shopping and restaurants. And it's right here in Farragut. This is probably the largest shopping area in all of East Tennessee. Whether you live on the east side of Knoxville, downtown Knoxville, wherever you live around the Knoxville area, this is where you're going to be coming. So, living in Farragut, you are obviously super convenient to this. But, this is just one of the many things about Farragut that, it has to offer. This shopping area, it stretches about 2 miles down this way, like I said, and it's right on the corner of Farragut, and then all of the Farragut neighborhoods are back over on this side, but any of them are going to be within about 10 minutes of Turkey Creek right here. So the shopping is definitely one of the pros of living in Farragut. I'm going to get into a few of the cons as well throughout the video, but I'm going to take you to see what the parks are like, a couple of the golf courses that are here, seeing some of the neighborhoods, take you down to the marina and show you what that's like, and just really give you a good idea for overall what Farragut's like, help you decide whether or not it would be a good fit for you and your family. So this is the Farragut High School campus. The middle school and elementary school are over this way. So they're all right here, sort of on this one campus. You have the sports facilities back over this way, the football field, the baseball fields. And, as I mentioned, Farragut is one of the top rated academic districts in the entire state. If you look on greatschools.org, it's a 9 out of 10 as far as all of the ratings that they use. So really highly rated school district as far as that goes. And then Farragut also has some really good sports programs. They've had one of the top rated baseball programs in years past, one of the top rated soccer programs, got a great football program. So a bunch of different really good sports programs. So a lot of really good stuff about the Farragut schools. A lot of people call us and want to be in Farragut specifically for the schools. That's their number one criteria, is they're looking for the best school district for their kids. So a lot of people call us, and that's, the specific reason that they want to be in Farragut. Right across Kingston Pike from the schools, you have another little shopping area, and you have a Kroger Marketplace, and then several other shops and restaurants along through here. And then one other thing, they are developing a large apartment complex over on this side. So I mentioned getting in the Farragut schools is one of the things that's really important to a lot of families moving to East Tennessee. So you have Farragut and you have Maryville, one of the other top rated schools. And another option for you, if you really wanted to be in this area, you could, rent an apartment, and those are, of course, zoned for the Farragut School District. There are several other apartment complexes that are already existing, but a lot of them right now have a little bit of a wait list. So, if that's something you're looking at doing, make sure you check them and go ahead and get on that wait list. But, you have the Kroger marketplace here. There are several grocery stores in Farragut, so you have absolutely all the options you could need. You have the Kroger marketplace. There's also a Publix and an Ingles as well. And then there's two health food grocery stores that are called Earth Fare and Fresh Market, which is a pretty big chain. You may be familiar with either one of those, but several grocery stores, really anything that you could need, all right here in Farragut. And of course, all those other box stores and everything like that in Turkey Creek. But even just this little shopping center, a lot of small towns would be happy just to have something like this, but this is tiny compared to what Turkey Creek offers. And you have access to all of it when you live right here in Farragut. I'm going to get out of the commercial area and take you and show you some of the parks, golf courses, some of the neighborhoods, and really what all those are like. But before we do that, I want to talk about a couple of cons of Farragut, as well as a little bit of the history. So we're still here right in the middle of sort of the commercial area, which, as I've said, is really big in Farragut. This is just another park, and you've got another restaurant, another local coffee shop called Summer Moon, and then all the traffic and everything through here. Back behind me, there are more stores and grocery stores, restaurants, other things like that. So, and we haven't even seen a fraction of all the shopping that's in Farragut. So, all of that is huge. So like we said, the pro of having all that shopping, the pro of having the great school district, highly rated school district. There are a couple cons in Farragut that I want to mention, but to back up a little bit and give you a little bit of the history of Farragut. Farragut is a small town on the west side of Knox County, and it was incorporated in 1980. And the story behind it is that the city of Knoxville was trying to incorporate some of the area that is now Farragut, and the people that lived in those neighborhoods that the city of Knoxville was trying to incorporate, they didn't want to be incorporated into the city. They didn't want to have to pay the city taxes. And so they got together, this was in 1980, and they voted to incorporate their own town, which is now the town of Farragut. And so, the reason they did that was to avoid those Knoxville city taxes. And one of the unique things about Farragut is it actually does not have a city tax. So you're in the town of Farragut, but you don't pay a city tax. All you pay is the Knox County tax, which, is going to cut your tax bill basically in half versus if you lived in the city of Knoxville. So that's kind of the story behind it. The population in the 2020 census was around 23,000. So fairly small population. It is a little bit higher than that. There are still neighborhoods being developed. I'll take you and show you a couple of those. There's not a ton of land left in Farragut though. So they may add a few thousand more in the coming years, but it's really not going to grow a ton more because the actual size of the town is not that big and most of the land is developed. So it's going to be, a fairly small town probably forever, but 2020 census around 23,000 for the population. So that's sort of the history. And the two cons I wanted to talk about, one is the fact that there's a lot of traffic, and the reason there's so much traffic, you can kind of see all this traffic going along. I'll show you the main road out here. The reason there's so much traffic is because it's, even though it's a small town, 23,000, it has basically all the shopping for most of Knoxville. And so this is the main road that runs through. This is one of the main intersections. So people that live in all the other areas around Knoxville, even some of the surrounding counties, are going to be coming through here to get to the shopping. So it creates some traffic. Now, if you're coming from a true large city, Knoxville is a kind of a small, large city. If you're coming from a true large city, you're probably going to be pretty happy with the level of traffic. But it does get fairly congested through here. At times, you may have to, maybe your regular commute without traffic would be a 15-minute drive. With traffic, it's going to be a 20-minute, 25-minute drive on a bad day. So it's really just going to add a few minutes. But, that is one of the cons I wanted to bring up. a lot of people are looking to move to Tennessee because they want to get away from the traffic. They want to be in a more secluded area. So if that's the reason that you're looking to move to Tennessee, you may want to avoid Farragut. Now, it's still going to be a lot less traffic than some of the major cities. Now, the second con I wanted to mention is that while Farragut has all this great shopping, all these restaurants, all these amenities, it doesn't have a downtown. So a lot of the, small Tennessee towns and, towns around the country have the historic downtown with, some nice restaurants, some shops, and that historic charm. Even some of the new ones that are not necessarily historic, they have a bit of that downtown charm that goes along with it. Farragut has, nothing like that. Farragut has basically just a bunch of areas like this where you have, restaurants and shopping, but it looks more like this, or, what we saw over in Turkey Creek, than it does like a downtown where you have just that downtown charm. So if you want to have that downtown sort of lifestyle where you can live close to the town center, you have that walkability and all that, Farragut's probably not really the place to be. Farragut is more of a driving community. You're going to live in these neighborhoods that are all around here. You're going to be really convenient to all this stuff, but you're going to be driving to all of it. There's no public transportation. You're not going to be walking from your neighborhood over to Turkey Creek or out to the restaurant or the coffee shop down here on the corner. You're probably going to be driving to it. So that is, another con. So the two cons I wanted to mention, the traffic, no downtown, then just the fact that you're going to be driving to everything. But along with that, there actually is one more pro in that there is a massive greenway system that connects a lot of the neighborhoods in Farragut. So, I mentioned you're probably not going to walk from your home out to the coffee shop or the restaurant like maybe you would if you had that downtown living experience. But the greenway system actually connects a lot of the neighborhoods. So while it's going to be a long walk, if you wanted to hop on the greenway and get out to some of these areas, you actually could. It's just going to be a fairly long walk, as most of the neighborhoods are a mile, a couple miles away from here. But that greenway system is super nice, and I'll take you and show you a little bit of it and kind of how that connects to different neighborhoods. So let's go check out those other areas outside of the commercial areas now. By the way, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Tennessee, tap the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to learn about the current market here in Tennessee. My name is Forrest McCullough. I'm a real estate agent here in Tennessee, and me and the team get calls every day from people just like you looking to buy or sell a home in Tennessee, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about making a move next week or next year, feel free to shoot us a text, give us a call, or send us an email. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have, happy to help you find the right community in Tennessee, whether that's Farragut or another town. Happy to help you with that. Happy to help you find the perfect home. All our contact information is in the description below. Feel free to reach out anytime. So here's an example of what I'm talking about with the greenways. And this is actually the Farragut Town Hall out here behind me. But then if you look back here, kind of where these cars are, right across that street, there is a Starbucks and several other things. But this is one example. If you live in this neighborhood that I'm going to walk to right here, if you wanted to be able to get up in the morning and walk over to a coffee shop, you could walk over to that Starbucks and just sit there and enjoy your coffee. Now, the local coffee shop, the Summer Moon, is right across Kingston Pike from that. So you could, it's going to be a 5-minute walk out there, but you're going to be crossing a fairly busy road. So it doesn't really have the walkable feel that, you're looking for if that's kind of, what you're into. So even though you may be able to get in one of these neighborhoods that is close by, the feeling of having a walkable community just really isn't there as far as walking to the restaurants and the coffee shops and everything. Now, as far as walking for enjoyment, for exercise and all that, it is actually an incredible community. So, you see I'm on this greenway here, and I'm walking over into a neighborhood that it connects into. Every new neighborhood in Farragut is required to connect the greenway system through it. So, you know, this is one of the newer neighborhoods back here and has this greenway that connects through it. So while Farragut is not really a walking community as far as getting to the stores and the restaurants, it really is a walking community for the you know, the enjoyment aspect of just getting out and using the greenway, or for exercise, because this greenway system is massive. It connects through all these neighborhoods, you know, walking, biking, running, anything like that. So if you are somebody that enjoys using a greenway for those kind of activities, Farragut is awesome. Most of the new neighborhoods are going to have it. Some of the older neighborhoods will have it very close by, but they won't necessarily have it connecting through. So if that's something important to you, you know, check and look if you know, a particular neighborhood you're looking at does have access to the greenway, because, you know, if it does, you could hop on it and you could ride your bike for 20 miles. But even if it doesn't, likely it's going to have an access point to the greenway really close by. All right, we are out in the more quiet residential part of Farragut now, and this first neighborhood we're taking a look at is called Fox Den. This is one of the older neighborhoods in Farragut. A lot of these homes were built in the 70s. There are some newer homes as well, but a lot of them were built back in the 70s. This is Fox Den Country Club. So this is the only neighborhood in Farragut with a golf course. There is one public course called Willow Creek. So Willow Creek's just right across Kingston Pike from here, and it's a very nice public course. And then this is a private course, and Fox Den is the only neighborhood that sits, you know, with a golf course running through it in Farragut. So if you want, you know, that golf front home, this is the only neighborhood in Farragut that offers that. But, you know, it's the private course that has the country club and all the other amenities along with the country club. It's got the pool back here, restaurant inside. It has tennis and pickleball courts, and then a rec center back here as well. So if you're looking for, you know, that country club lifestyle, you can get that here. You don't have to live in Fox Den to be a member here, though. So you can live in any of the surrounding communities, and you can, you know, join the country club. But obviously, if you lived right here, it would be super convenient. There are people out here at the pool all the time, out here playing tennis and pickleball. So it's a great community area, and it is just about 5 minutes away from all the stores and everything, about 5 minutes away from the schools as well. This is one of the homes listed for sale right now in Fox Den. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 3,700 square feet. It's listed for $815,000, all brick, and you can see beautiful neighborhood with the large mature trees. So one thing to keep in mind is most of these homes are, you know, 30 plus years old. So a lot of them are fairly outdated. You know, 3,700 square feet for $815,000. You know, obviously, if you've seen any of the other videos that I've done on some of the new communities in Farragut, you're paying $1 million for, you know, a 2,900 square foot house in some cases. So you're going to get a lot of these homes that are a little bit outdated, but you can get a ton of space for a little bit less than what you'd pay for these newer homes. And then a lot of the homes are this, you know, sort of 70s style. You know, this one obviously has been updated. A lot of them have been updated, but again, some of them have not. So it's a good opportunity if you wanted to get in one of these older homes and do some custom finishes and things like that you wanted to. Good opportunity for that. And then unlike the new neighborhoods, you've got all these beautiful old trees, whereas in the new neighborhoods, they kind of just clear cut everything down. So one of the pros of Fox Den is the beautiful trees. Another pro is the golf course and the country club. And then just as far as price, just to give you an example, this home, like I said, is $815,000. There's another home listed down the street from here for $1.6 million. So there's a huge range of sizes and prices you can get in here. So, you know, if you're looking for that golf course community, then there's a good chance you could find something that's in the size range that you need in this community here. If you're looking for a new construction home, there are several options for that as well in Farragut, and this is one of them. This is called Ivy Farms. It's built by Goodall Homes, which is one of the home builders in this area. These homes are, there's actually one for sale that is to be built. So, you know, this one's under construction, obviously. This one's already sold, and then the next one down is for sale. So it hasn't even started construction yet, but it's listed for $700,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, right around 3,000 square feet, which is what most of these homes in here are. And like I said, right at $700,000. So these homes in this neighborhood, and actually the other neighborhoods that, most of the other neighborhoods that are in Farragut, are selling before they're complete, either while they're under construction or before they even begin construction. So if you're trying to get one of these new homes, then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to prepare at least a couple months ahead of time, probably. Now, there is one other neighborhood that is called the Meadows on McPhee, where they have actually a couple homes listed right now that are almost ready to move in. But, you know, for the most part, you're gonna be looking at a few months wait before you can get in a new home. But, you know, the benefit to buying one of these new homes as opposed to maybe over in Foxden or one of the other many established neighborhoods is obviously it's brand new. You're not gonna have to do any updating. You know, the roof's brand new, all the systems are brand new, but then the downside is you're probably gonna have to wait a few months to get in. The other downside is there are no trees in here, and this is basically how all the new neighborhoods are. So the established neighborhoods, the older ones like Foxden, you know, have those nice mature trees, the larger lots, and then these new ones, you know, they don't really have any trees, kind of small lot sizes. So there are a couple cons that come along with the new construction, but again, you're getting a brand new home, doesn't need to be updated, and so there's a lot of benefit that goes along with that as well. This neighborhood also has a community pool, which most of the new neighborhoods in Farragut do. But then if you look up here behind me, this is all land that is going to have homes put on it. So they have not released this for sale yet, but this is part of the development out here behind me. So, you know, this is the part that's been developed out, and then all this out here is still to be developed. So if this is the size and the price range, $700,000, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 3,000 square feet, if that's what you're looking for, you know, this could be a good option for you. They, like I said, not released this for sale yet, but they will in the near future. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you go ahead and reach out to us so we can put a plan in place for you, because like I said, most of these are selling pre-construction or during construction. So you need to make sure that you have a plan in place and that you're not waiting till the last minute, because this is going to be a few months process. So all our contact information, again, is in the description below. Feel free to reach out to us at any time with help for that. If you want to be in a new neighborhood that's really a step up, then Saddlebrook Properties is a great builder that they build a ton in the Farragut area, but they build, you know, in the Knoxville market. They're local to the Knoxville market, but what they do is they do these type neighborhoods. They develop the entire neighborhood, but they build semi-custom homes. So when you look at the market in the Knoxville area, you have custom home builders, you have tract home builders that come in and build these big neighborhoods and put up a bunch of homes. So the custom home builders, obviously, they have that custom touch. You're hiring them to build the home, you know, kind of exactly the way that you want it. And so, you know, you can build a very high-end home. A lot of the tract home builders, they come in and they just, you know, build all these homes at once, and you don't really get to customize them. They're typically a little bit lower on the quality of the finishes, you know, not necessarily the quality of the build, just a lower on the quality of finishes. You know, some of them may use vinyl on the siding instead of brick. They may use a little bit lower quality on the, you know, kitchen finishes, everything like that. What Saddlebrook is, they are really the highest level of a tract home builder. So they come in, they build these large developments like the other tract home builders, but they are semi-custom. So they will allow you to make some customizations, and they're also building all brick homes with really high level finishes. So this is really the top of the line as far as these new large communities in the Knoxville market. You know, Saddlebrook is really the top of the line. So this is what you get with them. You get these beautiful all brick homes. You get some customization with it. So to give you some reference, most of their homes are going to be 900 plus. They have one neighborhood with homes that are a little bit smaller than this, in the 2,000 to 2,500 square foot range, that are in the 7 and 800,000s. This neighborhood, most of them are 3,000 to 3,500 square feet, 3 and 4 bedroom, and most of these are going to be 900 plus. The cheapest one listed in here right now is 3 bedroom for $919. The most expensive one is a 4 bedroom, 3,100 square feet for $1.5 million. And so you know the price discrepancy you get comes from them being semi-custom. So some of them are going to have higher grade finishes than others. But if you're looking for just that next level up, all brick, really nice finishes, then Saddlebrook Properties is a great option. This neighborhood is called Brookmere. They have several homes for sale left in here, but as you can see, it is fairly well developed out. So they've got several left in here, but they do have 2 other neighborhoods just down the street from here. One of them is going to be similar to this as far as the size of the homes and the price. So most of them are going to be 900 plus. And then the other neighborhood is going to be a little bit smaller, a little bit less expensive. The new neighborhood is called the Grove at Boyd Station. I'll take you over there and show it to you real quick. So this is the Grove at Boyd Station, and the homes in here obviously just now starting to be built, but these are going to be very similar to that last neighborhood we were just in. But this is all the land that is going to be this neighborhood. You have the view of the Smoky Mountains in the background here. You've got Fort Loudon Lake just at the bottom here. You've got a really nice park called McPhee Park across the road, and I'll take you and show you that. You've got the greenways that connect through here. Like I said before, you know, all of the new Farragut neighborhoods have those greenways that connect. So, you know, great setting for this neighborhood. There's going to be a ton of opportunity to get in here, tons of new homes coming. This neighborhood is, again, selling before completion. The homes are selling before completion. So if you are interested in buying one of these homes, go ahead and reach out to us so we can put a plan in place and get that process started for you. You know, even when you're buying a new construction home, it's important to work with a team that understands the market, understands the process, and can help you negotiate the best price and best terms for you. So if you're interested in one of these homes or another one of these new communities in Farragut, go ahead and reach out to us. All our contact information is in the description below. So this is McPhee Park, and it is just one of several parks here in Farragut. It's a really nice one. It's got a playground and a splash pad for the kids over here. It's got a soccer field down here. It's got a basketball court as well as tennis and pickleball courts. And then there's a walking trail that runs all through it as well. So there's a ton to do here. Great place to come and hang out. And last thing I wanted to mention is Farragut is right next to Fort Loudon Lake. So this is one of the other parks called Concord Cove Park. It sits right on Fort Loudon Lake, and the marina is just down the road from here. I'll fly the drone up and show you what the marina looks like. You know, if you live in Farragut, there are a couple neighborhoods where you can have a lakefront lot, keep your boat, you know, right there with your own personal dock. But again, the marina is just a few minutes down the road this way. So you can live anywhere in Farragut and be convenient to that. But this is Fort Loudon Lake, beautiful lake. There are several other lakes, you know, around East Tennessee, about 5 or 6 within probably a 30-minute drive. So, you know, if you are a big outdoors person, big lake person, there are a ton of lakes, and this one is just, you know, literally right next to Farragut. So, you know, you can come over here and they have kayaks and paddle boards and everything you can rent if you don't want to bother keeping your own. They have a launch right here for it. So there's a ton to do at this park right here. And then obviously just everything that you want to do on a lake. So, you know, that's the last thing I wanted to point out and show you. There's a ton in Farragut that makes it, you know, one of the most desirable areas to live really in all of East Tennessee. It is also, what comes along with that, it's one of the most expensive towns in East Tennessee. It's actually the most expensive town. But as you saw, fairly reasonable prices compared to some of the other major cities around the country. So if you're coming from New York or California or something like that, you may be pleasantly surprised by the prices still. But hopefully this video has given you just an idea of what Farragut's like, what you can expect, maybe whether or not it would be a good fit for you and your family. So, you know, to kind of go back over, it's got the you know, all the good shopping. It's got the top rated schools. It's got the golf courses, the country club, you know, it's got the really nice parks. It's got the lake here. It's got the new communities. It's got the established communities with the beautiful mature trees. So there's a ton that Farragut has to offer, a lot of different options. If you're interested in purchasing a home in Farragut or maybe another community in Tennessee, reach out to us so we can start the discussion, start to put a plan in place for you. Our contact information is in the description below. Even if you just have questions, we'd love to connect with you and answer those questions. So shoot us a text, give us a call, or send us an email. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.